Hello everyone, Death Stimulator here, bringing you some more Naval Action. Today we've got a straightforward matchup, a Bellona versus a Bellona. However, I've got the advantage in that I have a Trincomalee with me. I've been getting a bit more Bellona planned along the way as I'm looking forward to just unlocking the larger ships. Rumour has it, at least rumour's been going around, SCL let me know that the open world, when it does go into beta, alpha, whatever you want to call it, will be available to those who have unlocked the Santissima class ship. So I'd like to get there sooner rather than later. Plus, I'd also like to showcase some other ships of the line apart from the Bellona. Unfortunately, slim pickings. Recently, I haven't been able to get on when there are more people, so I haven't been able to get a lot of interesting games going. It's mainly been small engagements to mid-size engagements, which is fine. I certainly enjoy them, but they do lack a bit of the intensity of the larger battles with ships going everywhere. I've been working on my Bellona use. I picked up a few new techniques in my sailing, which I will hopefully get to showcase today. Maybe. We'll see how it works out. Just trying to avoid having our opponent here come up, or could get the wind on us, at least too much. Though they appear to have hit the limit that they're going to do, going against the wind. Maybe. They'll get at least one free volley off against us, and it's not too bad. We'll see if we can pick up a little bit more speed. Adjusting our sails manually. Probably not. No, in fact, we are losing speed. Have to switch out to the double shot because we're not going to get our long shot off like I'd hoped. Hopefully our ally will be able to stay in our shadow. Ooh, there we go. And that'll enable them to avoid the vast majority of damage. Or will be focused by the opposing Bellona, which is also fine. Ball shot at that range, not a big deal, especially with most of it just striking our deck rather than our hull, so we're not taking too much damage. That was a little close for comfort. What we'll do is we'll continue until we're basically right on top of them, or as close as we can get, and then we will perform a full turn against the wind. And if everything goes right, we should get a decent damage profile off. I'm actually quite impressed. He's taken out one of my guns with that arcing shot. One crew member died. We took virtually no hull damage, but we did lose a gun. So that's a bit of a blow, to be quite honest. Ah, I see. He is very accurately trying to demast me. Hopefully a little bit of variance in my positioning should make that a little bit harder for him, and I'll just keep up that variance. Hull shot there. No, I don't. I want to keep my hull raised. See if we can actually reach him with double from here. Yeah, falling a bit short, but we'll give it a go. Most unfortunate, but that's to be expected. We have left our ally a little bit behind, but I'm not overly worried about it, as we're going to be able to get into a good position here. Actually going to switch up and focus on sailing here for the moment, so we can actually pull this turn off in a reasonable fashion. And it should put us with a decent shot on their rear arc. I'm actually going to hold off here, it's a little bit risky. Decent hit. We should hopefully be able to finish this turn, though we did waste it to a degree. Ultimately, though, it's paid off. That's all I'm really concerned about. Most of the shots missing Mike there, which is good. And ultimately it came off as a reasonable turn, though we did lose out a little bit more speed than I would have liked. However, we've gotten the wind back and we're able to get on the tail of this Bellona. Really just focusing the hull at the moment. Trying to force those repairs off. Yeah, did some damage to the rear of my ship there with those shots. Most unfortunate. So far, things are going fairly well for us though. Not much more to say at this point, just trying to execute some sharp turns. Keep the wind, stay on their tail. Our sails are in good nick, so I'm not too concerned about those either. Maybe if we were losing a bit of speed it would be bad, but this is fine. Once again, we lost a lot of speed there, but I think it's worth it. We don't really want to catch up too quickly to them, or we risk them being able to overtake us. Getting off a shallow turn, just because I'm still fairly slow at getting off those fast turns in the Bellona. switching up to grape, as you guys can probably see, and just looking to kind of decimate their crew a little bit. Well, ideally more than decimate. Mike's still alright. Hopefully they won't take too many more hits. Or really many hits at all, to be fair. Waiting to see whether Melanham here. Once again, if there's a particular pronunciation of that, my apologies. I tend to have fairly poor pronunciation. Yeah, looks like he was going for the sails. And Mike there tucked his in a timely fashion. Solid stuff. Alright, so we've got a full complement of grape shot loaded. Now we just need to get in range, as it were. Unfortunately, this other Bellona is not cooperating. So we should get a decent crossover coming here. And this will let us basically get the grape shot off that we wanted. Ultimately that wasn't very successful, so I'm just going to stick to doing double shot. That'll probably have hurt poor Mike. No. Okay, I guess Mike's a bit too low to get hit solidly from something like that. Looks like he might be focusing our ally there in the Trincomalee just a little bit, and not being too concerned with us so far. Oh well, we'll get a decent enough shot off with our starboard guns. Should be reasonably effective. So far we've got the timing fairly well. He's firing off at the smaller ship, so even if he does get his firing arc in line with us, he's not going to be able to reload in time. At least I'd expect that to be the case, as he's certainly got to have at least a leak or two going at this point. Hopefully it keeps them in survival mode for the most part. Yep, Mike's popped some repairs. They're mostly back to normal, which is good. And we've been able to get in line here quite nicely. Yeah, we're working on their crew pretty heavily at this point. That's just going to reduce their overall operational effectiveness and mean that we should have a much easier job just outsailing them, outshooting them, so on and so forth. For the moment, we probably don't need to stick on gunnery actually, because we're getting our reloads off in time, so I'll rather focus on getting our sails and doing some more manual turns, that sort of stuff. Just get everything working a bit better. Not that you need to be in sailing mode to get manual turns off. Just, I feel it makes it slightly more effective. That is unfortunate. I overestimated how close we were. I probably should have tried to get our ship tilted a bit more of an angle so we could get some high shots off a bit further, but that's alright. Just focus on catching up here. To go on a bit of an angle to try and keep up with them here. Bit of a slow chase at this point. Okay, now we'll try and get a swing round off here. Not so much that I think it's in range, but I do want to try and just get a bit closer and have our right side in range, our starboard side. Now we're losing a lot of speed coming on this side. Fortunately their bell's taking a lot of water, so should hopefully not be too long till we can get them. Still have to cover a fair whack of distance. But we should be gaining on them at this point. Whether we'll actually get to shoot them again is another matter. Mike seems perfectly fine, so I'm not sure what's happening to the other bell. I guess they were just trying to go for sails or mast and did not work out so well for them. Oh, hope that doesn't actually kill the trin there. It doesn't. Looks like they'll be fine. They're not going to get run over. Looks like they've actually been able to recover quite a bit. And no, there we go, getting some hits on Mike. He's still fine. Okay. Not sure what's going on there. Alright, looks like they've dropped their sails almost completely. Yeah, they're still there though, so we'll watch out. Hopefully we should be able to get off, we should just be able to sit next to them. At this point we're in a very comfortable position, so I'm not too concerned about exchanging hits just to sit on their tail. No, they're off again. I guess they were just trying to let Mike get into a position where they could pass them. Yeah, I guess they're just going for the mast. A lot of high deck shots showing up on Mike's ship. No, not that many on the actual lower hull itself, so I guess that was the go. Trying to get ourselves around here in a bit more of a timely fashion. Hopefully be able to open up with our starboard guns. At least against the Bell. Nice low shot on the waterline there. Just straighten ourselves up. And we'll hopefully be able to get a volley off. Okay, way too high. There we are. Oh wow, he got my magazine. Where was that? I wonder. I'm not actually familiar with the layout. So potentially, I think from those shots, I'm guessing it's back here. Makes sense, I guess. That's gonna be a real pain though. You can repair your rudder, you can repair your sails, you can repair your armor and your pump, but you cannot repair your magazine. Yeah, well, we're coming into pretty much the optimal position here. Just to open up and should hopefully finish them off. We'll continue around. We don't want to drop off the face of the earth here. Do, however, want to avoid running into our ally. And it looks like we've got that well underway. Oh, they lost their bowsprit. Well, match hasn't started to reduce the size of the field yet. So there's no real issue at this point. Alright, well, yeah, bit of a chase match. Just trying to hack down the opposing Bellona. Geez, they can take a lot of hits. I'm quite astounded that they are still sailing, or at least still floating, to be honest. Just with the fact they have no armour anywhere. And there they go. Well, thank you very much. As usual, it's been Death Stimulator. If you did enjoy the video, please let us know. And do consider liking, commenting, favouring or subscribing, as your support does mean the world to me. I'll see you all next time.